Hi, my name is Kalam and this is Titans TV. Today's video is in direct response to our brother, our Sibba, Mfundishi, and our brother Sankofa for their assertion, their claims that Moses is the bastardized form of the word Thutmose or Thutmose.
This goes back to people not knowing the Medu. First of all, there is no Medu that says Thutmose.
Okay.
That name is Thutmose. My first name is Thutmose.
That's right.
Nobody in Kemet was called Moses.
Okay.
Moses is a bastardization of the word mess, or messer, which means to be born of.
Okay.
To be born of what? So nobody in Kemet had a name called Moses. That means the people who wrote that was never there and didn't know Medu. So I need to say that. Nobody called Moses.
Now this is a commonly held belief within inside of the conscious community, along with Thutmose and the other Mesu, namely Thutmose and Thutmose of the 17th and 18th dynasty, being the combined inspiration of the biblical Moses. Okay. Now, as far as I can trace this thought back, it seems to be introduced into the conscious community via Carl Lesbius and other Eastern European Egyptologists. Literally from no basis at all. Literally, there's no historical, no linguistical, or no archaeological basis to even found that thought pattern full stop. But as we're being academic right now, I'm actually gonna give you 3 objections to why the term Moses or Mesu or Masi is even synonymous or cognate, because they definitely are not synonymous terms. Okay, now I have 3 objections for this outdated and absurd assertion of Moses being a bastardization of the word Thutmoses, and I'm going to show you them now. The very first one is the long vowel. You have to explain the long vowel. The second one is the etymology, and the third one you have to explain the S versus the SH sound, the sh versus the S sound. Okay, I'm going to explain that in a little bit more detail for you right now. First of all, in the name Moses, which is actually the anglicized version of the name, from the Hebrew, which is Moshe, we have the long vowel. We have the long vowel in every single language. We have it in Hebrew, Moshe. We have it in the Greek, Moses. We have it in the Syriac, Moshe. We have it in Arabic, Musa, etc. I can go on and on and on. We have this long vowel, Mu, but it's not apparent in the Egyptian Masi or Masi, which is literally an MA sound. There's no long vowel at all. So that's the very first objection. You'll have to explain why Moses has a long vowel and the word Masi doesn't have a long vowel. Okay. The second objection is this: the etymology of the word Masi versus Moses is 2 different things. When I say 2 different things, I mean they're 2 different things. The very first one, Masi, literally means to be born, or to be born of, or to be a child. Literally to be a child. Now, in the word Moses, which is Moshe, it literally means, if we go back into the Hebrew, Exodus 2:10, you have Pharaoh's daughter now, Para'ah or Para'ah Bath, the daughter of Pharaoh, naming her son, her bani, her son, and she said, Kara, Shem, his name will be Moshe. And why should his name be Moshe? Okay, she explained, Amir or Amir. She explained this is the reason why. Masham Moyim. That literally means, for I drew him out of the Mayim, or the Moyim, the water. Okay, now this is the etymological meaning of the name Moses. Okay, to be drawn out of water. Now the word Masi literally means to be born or to be a child. It's 2 different things. They're not reconcilable. Okay, the third objection that I have for the conscious community in large is this. Okay, why does the name Masi have an S sound and the word Moshe have a SH sound? Okay, these are 2 different phonemes. Okay, and some people will say, well, the S and the SH is interchangeable. Well, not really, because we go back into the actual Egyptian text. If we go back into the biblical text, we see in Genesis we have the name Ramesses there in the Masoretic text. We can go even to the Exodus, the same book that Moses' etymological name, or Moses' name, is actually presented and given its etymology. We see that in Exodus, Ramesses is used yet again, or Ramesse is used yet again. We clearly know that the word Messe means to be born or to be a child of. Okay, so Ramesses in the Hebrew is clearly there, and Moshe is clearly there as well. You can clearly see from the Hebrew text, they knew the differences, know that one and the other is not the same. Okay, so please stop putting forward these crazy assertions. And to be honest with you, I think it's coming from a folk etymology. It's coming from the fact that you see the word Thutmoses and you see the word Moses, and Thutmoses, or should I say Moses, is just literally a Hellenized, it is a Latinized, and finally an anglicized version of a Hebrew/Egyptian name. Okay, so you're seeing Moses and then you're seeing Thutmoses, so you're saying, oh, the two must be the same. No, that's not correct. You know, I actually see this a lot of the time on Facebook with my American community and my UK community. UK, we use the word KMT, an abbreviation, KMT, to mean kiss my teeth. But anytime my US followers, they see the word KMT, immediately they think it means Kemet. So this is the same thing. You're looking at something, you're seeing it, it sounds like, so therefore it must be that. No, that is incorrect.
That's his name is Thutmose.
Right.
Thutmoses is incorrect.
Right, that's what I'm saying. There was nobody there named Thutmoses.
Right.
The name Moses is from a distortion of the name.
Right. Moses is a distortion of a part of a name. That means that's like I'm saying I'm born of and never put somebody else.
That's right.
Right. You know. All right. So I need to just clarify that.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm going to present with the name Moses, Moshe, can actually be found with inside of the Egyptian language. I'm going to present to you the etymology, and we're going to trace it all back. Now, most of your teachers out there, the way they actually fall short is because they don't actually understand the Coptic, they don't understand the Hebrew, they don't understand the Arabic, they don't understand the Syriac, they don't understand the Ethiopic, the Ge'ez language, and they can't give you a historical basis of where these things actually occurred and what happened. Now, I'm going to do that for you right now. Okay, now we already stated that in Exodus 2:10, the etymology of the name Moses is actually given within inside of the Hebrew context. The Pharaoh's daughter, the Parah, that actually gave the child the name Moshe because he was Mesham Mayim, drawn out of the water. He's actually drawn out of the water. That's what his name actually means. Now, if we go into the historical records of Moses itself, we have a writer named Philo who was born roughly in 25 BCE. Gives an account of Moses, and he tells us the name Moses actually comes from the word mu, water. We can now even go into Josephus of Antiquities. I believe he was born roughly around 50 CE, or within inside of the Common Era, the first century, 10 of the first century, and he tells us that the name Moses actually comes from mu, the Egyptian Coptic word, or the Egyptian word mu, water. We could even go again into another Egyptian writer, Clement of Alexandria, who's writing in the 10th of the 2nd century. I believe he was writing in around 150 CE. He tells us that the name Moses actually comes from mu, yet again, water, the Egyptian term water. Who else? Josephus of Antiquities. He actually gives us a little bit further and lets us know that the name Moses actually coming from the Coptic word, or coming from the Egyptian word Isis or Ithes, to be drawn out of water, drawn out of the mu. Now we can see this in the now he was transcribing the Coptic or the Egyptian into the Greek, but we can actually see the word Uje or Uche actually inside of the Coptic language, and it literally means to be drawn out of something, or the Uja or Uje literally means to be safe or to be saved from something, to be preserved from something as well. So you have literally two different roots as well. So we can actually trace that back into the etymology, back into the Medu, the Middle Egyptian, and we have two different etymological roots. We have Iche, or Ithe, which literally means to be drawn out, and that goes back into the Medu, and we also have the term Uje, which means to be saved or to be preserved or to be safe from something. And we find that in the Middle Egyptian as well, the Medu. The Uje, we actually say it a lot of the times for those who are the Kemetic folks when we say Ankh Uja Seneb. Uncle Jas Seneb, okay? That's literally where that word comes from, to be safe, to be saved, to be whole, to be preserved. So to be preserved or to be safe from water. Now, we can find it actually in the Egyptian, mu ushe, to be safe from water, or saved from the water. Okay? So now, there is no need to be giving us no fancy etymological roots and basis when we know from historical texts that the word Moses comes from the word Moshe. We know from the Hebrew, we know from the Greek, we know from the Egyptian. It comes from the word Moshe. It does not come from Massi at all. Massi or Thutmose or whatever the case may be, because you want to impose what you know about Egypt, what you know about Kemet onto Hebrew culture or Hebrewism, full stop. It doesn't work like that, okay? So let's just cut that out. Now, most of this research, I can't even take the props for it fully for myself. I had good help from my brother, the Magi. Me and him had this same question a few months back. He took the side of Moses actually coming from Thutmose, or the word Massi, and I came from the saying that he come from the word Massi, or should I say Moshe, to be drawn or to be taken out from water. And we done the research, went into the Coptic, went into the Hebrew, went into the Greek, the Masoretic text, the Coptic Bible, everywhere to actually come to this conclusion. So most of this information is not just me by myself. I can't even take it fully. But yeah, so big shout outs to my brother, the Magi, archers, arrows up. Also shout out to my brother from the ISUPK, the Hebrew brothers, salute to you as well. Mashak Mayam. Now I know where your name actually means and comes from, to be drawn out of waters, coming from the West Indies over into the Americas, like a lot of us who are coming over from Africa or from the West Indies over to the UK. We love it. All right, so keep up the good works, my brothers. Again, you know what? We got to hold our teachers, our leaders to account. Like literally, when they're giving you the information, like they're not too big for reproach. Question them, ask them questions, ask them to produce the evidence, the source, the references for what they're doing. Because I'm making sure every single one of my videos, there's going to be references, there's going to be source. Nothing that's coming out of my mouth is not sourced. It should all be sourced. It should all be referenced. And if you want to have a dialogue on this issue or any other issues on things that I've written or that I've given lectures or even spoken about, please like holler at me and we can get down with the debates as well. Also, check out some of my articles, go to Patreon, sign up on Patreon, donate some money, support the channel, because you want to see more of these videos, you want to see more of these lectures, you want to see more of my own articles. I've got an article which is Moses the Egyptian. I go into Moses being Egyptian, the Egyptian records of Moses, the Ethiopian records of Moses, him actually having an Egyptian name, worshipping in Egyptian temples. Most Hebrews actually worship in Egyptian temples. There's actually rods and staffs actually in Egyptian Aset temples, rods of Moses is actually in there because of Moses, etc. So if you want to know more of that information, please support me. Also, if you want to check out any more of my articles I've got about Joseph and his Egyptian names and titles, which is found within the tombs as well of Egypt, look out for that article on Joseph. If you want to support me again, you could even check out the article on Khnum, the Allah of the Kaaba. Okay, and when I'm talking about the Allah of the Kaaba, I'm talking about pre-Islamic times when Khnum, the deity of Khnum, was the chief deity of the Kaaba, also known as Hubal. So check that out. If you want to check out the hidden origins of Islam, check that out. There's a new book that's actually dropping very shortly. So if you want to support me as well, hook me up on the Patreon and let's get this in, man. Support the works and let this information grow. Shout out to my UK brothers as well. Support, salute, peace. To see more videos like this, subscribe to Titans TV down below. Thanks.
The greatest darky that bite with shark teeth and hate malarkey. Who you? The greatest heartbeat, ancient Egypt as a matriarchy. Who me? The one with the S on his chest when the motherfucker go by. Who you? The one everybody calls your highness cause the weed got you feeling so high. Who me? My life is priceless, my life is righteous cause who you? Has once again made my life just like it was.